Hey YouTube, how you doing? I'm the Gooch from Gooch and the Douchebag. If you haven't noticed, I'm sitting a little closer and I do not have my co-host, the Douchebag. Well, the Douchebag is going to sit this one out because he's not really a big fan of Skate 2. He respects the game, he likes the game, but it's not really his flavor, and that's okay because we're allowed to like different games. There may be an NCAA college football game, and he'll do the review on that. That's okay. I'm not really a big sports guy. But moving on to the important thing, we're talking about Skate 2. Skate 2 is the sequel to the ever so popular original Skate. It's made by EA Black Box. It came out, I think, 2007. It's like an extension of the first game. It's a sequel, but it doesn't change the formula too much. But got to give you guys a little insight into the first game. Anyway, it had a sandbox sort of style gameplay, Skate did, and what it did was sort of Grand Theft Auto-like. You had a city, and it was sort of like your big hub, and you would move around, and on your mini-map you would see challenges up in the corner, and you would complete them, and as you completed challenges, you would unlock more challenges, and so forth. It was a very different sort of formula. You're kind of thinking, how can I get around an entire city on a skateboard? Well, you kick and you push. That's not hard. Anyway, when the game came out, it was very, very innovative. It was really praised, mainly for its flick-it control scheme. See, what the game did was it mainly used the two analog sticks. This is a 360 version, same for the PS3. You would use the analog sticks in conjunction with the shoulder buttons, and that's how you would perform the vast majority of your tricks. It was very, very deep, but at the same time, you could wrap your mind around this, control system. It was great. I should cut that out, but I'm not going to. Now, moving on, the game had a lot of cool features, my favorite being the fact that when Skate 1 first came out, it had the skate reel. What you could do is if you did something particularly awesome, you had a great bail, or whatever you felt like recording, you could play the game, stop it, pause it, go into the skate reel editor, rewind back maybe 2 minutes, and you could capture about 30 seconds of video, and then you could edit it, get different camera angles, and then you could add certain video effects and post it online. It would go to the EA Skate Reel. You could go on their website and check it out, or you could even look on your Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 and browse through the game. There was a rating system in place so people could rate videos. It was really, really cool. Now, you're going to say, well, the first game was so great, it was really revolutionary. It had great scores, it was very well received, like 9s and 8s all the way around. And the second game, it's really very similar, but it isn't quite as good. I hate to say that. I mean, if it has all those elements, you're going to say, how is it not so great? Well, when you think about it, Skate 1 was the original Skate. It came out and it blew our minds. Skate 2 is a sequel. You have to look at this game from, a sequel perspective. On its own, standing alone, it's a fantastic game, but as a sequel, it's still a little rough around the edges. I'm mainly just going to talk about the pros, the cons, the highs, the lows, whatever you want to call them, about Skate 2 and comparing it to the first game, because that's my point of reference. Well, one thing I don't like, it's really me personally, I haven't seen this in other reviewers, I don't really like the interface of Skate 2. It's a little different from Skate 1, not too drastic, but it's the overall artistic style, the colors they chose, the way they represent the city in your map. I don't like it. I know it sounds crazy. It's still not hard to get around in the menu, but it's different. The first game had a specific charm, and it seems like this one sort of takes away from that. It's just a personal choice on me. Another thing, which is probably the biggest thing they added to Skate 2, was the ability to get off your skateboard. Tony Hawk did it, and, well, we all know how that went. Well, Skate 2 adds it, and it's a feature that you really, really wanted in the first game, because you'd come up upon a set of stairs and you really was like, man, there's an awesome pole up there. I want to go up there and I want to skate inside of it, but there's a set of stairs, and for some reason my guy can't get off his goddamn skateboard. Well, now you can, but then you kind of wish you didn't. It's really stiff when you get off the board. You hit the Y button or the triangle and you get off your skateboard and you walk around, but you go from playing this great next generation skateboarding game with very fluid controls, very, very nice animations, to almost like playing the original Tomb Raider. I mean, it's very, very stiff, but then again, the game is all about skateboarding, not walking around off your skateboard, so I guess I'll forgive it for that, but at the same time, it just stands out like really bad. Also, though, the next feature they added, which involves getting off your skateboard, is moving objects. You move things around, and then you can perform tricks off of that. And that's really cool. I really was super geeked about this feature until I actually played it. I know it sounds kind of lame. I like doing tricks off objects. I like moving them around. The crazy thing is your guy actually moves more fluidly when you're moving an object than he does with just a skateboard or nothing in his hand at all. It's kind of wild. These objects have physics in them, and it's kind of retarded that the fact of you can bump into it and it moves. Well, that's okay. I understand. I can move the object. I bump into it, it moves. No, when you bump into it, it flies like 20 fucking feet. It's a little wanky. I don't necessarily like that, but these are things they could easily fix in the next game. They do work. They're not like broken, but it's just not as good as the core gameplay, so it just needs a little more polish on those features there. My main gripes. I'm flipping over a piece of paper, by the way. I took notes. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, going on, there are a lot of good things. There's more good than bad that was added to Skate 2. My first big thing is the online multiplayer. Skate 1's multiplayer started off kind of rough, then they ironed out a few wrinkles, and it was pretty good, okay? I liked it. I played a lot of it online. Skate 2 really ramps up the online multiplayer, gives you a lot of great features. One in particular that I really enjoy is the creative spot. What you can do is, in the game, you can move some objects if you really dare to, or you can just find a particular area that you really like, and you can, using the control sticks, analog sticks, you could actually sort of create a box around a particular area, giving it width and depth, and then you can create a spot. And in the game, spots are things that you perform tricks off of. It's great. You can own it, kill it, whatever they call it. And that's cool, the fact that you can designate a specific area and then share it with other people. You can say, I created the spot, I did this awesome trick off of it, can anybody else beat it, or whatever. You know, it's awesome. Another feature that doesn't really add a whole lot to the game, but it's really sort of funny and it's a nice diversion from the skating, is the Hall of Meat. You had the Hall of Meat in the first game, but now they add sort of a score system to it when you do your bails, and you can actually bail off your board now. And when in midair, when bailing, you can actually do like move your legs or do a kick motion or whatever have you, and then I guess the scoring system is dependent upon how hard or how much you injure yourself. It's really quite funny, and then it sort of creates its own little mini game within Skate to see how much you can injure your skater. So all these videos you've seen before from the first game and that are emerging from Skate 2 of people injuring themselves, now you can actually put a numeric value on it, and I think that's awesome. The last big thing they added to Skate, which is probably my personal favorite thing that they actually added, which you should always add in any new sort of skateboarding or snowboarding or whatever have you sort of game, are new tricks. You're going to say, how in the world can they actually add new tricks to this game? Well, very easily. The control scheme is very innovative, and the way they introduce these new tricks is very nice, very fluid, fits in very well. What they put in are things like hippie jumps, or hippie jump. It's really only one way to do it. You just jump off your skateboard and it rolls onto you in that sort of, think, Back to the Future style. Say you want to go over a rail and let your skateboard pass under it, you can jump over the rail, let your skateboard go under, and boom, it's a piece of cake. Things like foot plants, you can hold your skateboard in one hand with one foot on it and put your other foot on the ground. Think boneless, like from Tony Hawk, and it's really nice when you're going in from like a half pipe or something. It's really cool. And then another thing they added, which I'm talking very fast, but I'm probably trying to wrap up for time. They put in, look at my notes here, what the hell did I write? Oh, hand plants. That's right, I forgot all about hand plants. In the first game, you could sort of do a plant when you got up on like a half pipe on the lip there. The way the grind system worked out, you could sort of stay stationary on it and then jump back in the bowl or whatever have you. Now, in this one, they actually put in real hand plants that you can actually do, different types, and it's really cool. I mean, it's going to make the videos really stand out, especially when you're doing things like do a hand plant, some guy rolls under you. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really my whole review on Skate 2. I had notes and everything. I think it's a great game. On its own, fantastic game. As a sequel, still a little rough, but hey, it's only the second game in the series, and I look forward to the next Skate and the next Skate. I hope to see everybody online doing the challenges, creating kick-ass spots, and uploading fantastic videos. I definitely think it's worth the purchase. You'll get your $60 out of it and more. I highly recommend it. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I can't do the 4 middle fingers because I only have 2 fucking hands. Alright, so that's the Gooch's first solo video review on Skate 2. I will see you guys later. Peace.
You wanna be a rapper, start practicing. You can't even flow right. Spend most of your time fucking hoes, getting in fights, hanging out with no mission in life.